Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen if you haven't been here before. Myopulence if you're new. I think I just said the same thing twice. Anyways, today we are doing a collaboration. I'll post like a photo here of her page. She's absolutely amazing. We're doing watercolors. I don't believe she does tutorials, so I may just be doing this tutorial just for funsies. But I'm going to start off with the Danessa Myricks ColorFix Invisible Eyeshadow Base. I really like this. It's just a clear base and it's sticky. It's not pigmented, which means anyone can use it, which is nice. I just rub it on with my finger. Feels nice and soft. And then what I'll do is I'll set it with a neutral eyeshadow. How about that? Okay, so I just set that with a neutral eyeshadow base. And now, you're gonna have to forgive me in advance. This tutorial may get a bit product heavy. I did kind of try to practice what I'm thinking on my hand earlier, so I kind of have a feel for what I'm doing. But it may be a bit of a process and I may skip some steps. It may not be super cohesive what I'm doing because it is watercolor and that's inherently like nebulous. It's just really like how you feel. But the premise of what I'm doing is a winged liner. So I'm going to take the Danessa Myricks ColorFix 24-hour matte color in Lift. It's this white guy. He was in my favorites video. I like him a lot. And I'm taking the Smith 202. It's just the teeniest little brush. I had two main reasons for going in first with a white base. The first is it helps make the shadows more vibrant, so unless you're exclusively using liquids, it really helps those eyeshadows look more pigmented and colorful. And the second is I wanted to create my shape and figure out where I wanted all the placements to be first, and I didn't want to go in with color first because that'd be more time consuming. So I made it a little bumpy on purpose because watercolor falls into the creases and just kind of chills out where you don't necessarily want it to. Like on a page, it really moves around. So that's why this product works really well, because you can build it up and like get it to move around so it looks decently organic. I'm going to do the other eye, and I'm not even being shy about like, there you go. Look, we're getting some natural splotches. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more color there and like squint my eye a bit and let it move around and I'll be happy. Okay, so now we have two drastically different eye shapes. I did the same thing over here. I just did a bit of squinching, a little squinting, squinching, I don't know if that's a word. And now we are ready to apply some color. I have to let it dry down first though, so give me some time, please. Let me just say, that took some fluff and trial and error, man. That was not easy. Wow. Ugh. Anyways, I have done watercolor looks before if you've been following me a while, but the past watercolor looks I've done were only with 3 colors, and here I was trying to do the whole spectrum, so but like look at this, guys. That is a hot mess. I like forgot how I did it before, and like the biggest thing I think with watercolor is showing the edges of the water, if that makes sense. I think I did it best. I think this spot right here is the best one, or at least I like it best because it's probably because it's blue. But if you look, the edges are very dark. That's where like the color would pool, where the water's edges are. And then in the center, which is where like it may be more, like the water may be thinner, it's lighter. So that's how the main thing I try to capture when creating fake watercolor. Lifesaver of today's experimentation has been these Danessa Myricks ColorFix. So you know I used the white one to start, but I also ended up using the pink, the purple, and the blue. The yellows and the greens are just eyeshadows. but I used these guys for added dimension. On this one, I'll try to do more greens and yellows and oranges with purple and blue like in the center for accents so that they're not identical. So what I like about this one is the layers. So it feels like even though watercolor isn't really something that layers well, we can pretend it does because it's not actually watercolor. So I like the idea that, you know, there's this dark blue that like dripped on top of this light blue, and then this green here has a few darker bits. Like down here we have some pink that dripped onto this purple, stuff like that going on. In an attempt to not be 100% symmetrical, I think I'm gonna have two spots over here. I'm gonna first outline with shadows so I kind of know where I want my color placement, and then I'll go in and start creating that depth. I'm using a really tiny brush just because that's what works best for me. To try and be a little bit logical, you should have the darker color be the part that's on top. The lighter color will be on the bottom. I forgot, but Danessa actually also came out with like a mixing medium. It's called Magic Set and Seal. You can mix it with powders, at least that's what I'm doing, and it's working out well. So thank you, Danessa, for saving the day because I couldn't find my Inglot Durline. Okay, so on to the other side, which is what you guys are most excited for, I'm sure. In case you didn't notice, I'm doing this entire eye look with one brush. It's the Smith Cosmetics brush. I'm just wiping it off on my hand as I go and switching through the colors. So this is just kind of show you what my process is. I start with kind of putting a light wash of color. I dab at it with my finger if it looks too pigmented, and then I decide where I want the buildup of the pigment to be. So you can see that green is a little darker on one side, lighter on the other. It's a lot of back and forth, kind of feeling it out, figuring what I like. And I spent a lot more time explaining while not doing it because that was the best way to kind of, I feel like telling you how I was doing it and kind of like pointing at what I did is more efficient than just showing you what I'm doing now because it's very sporadic. And the second eye, the one thing I regret doing is that I didn't follow the colors of the rainbow. So if you look on the other eye, it kind of follows some sort of pattern, you know, yellow, green, blue. They're kind of, they touch on the color wheel, whereas with the second eye, I didn't do that as much, and I wish I had. I'm also using a combinations of liquids and powders here to create the watercolor effect, as I've said before. I like how it turned out. Yeah, I like it. What do you guys think? Tell me below. Pleasantego. So much. Oh, I was originally like thinking like, oh, I'ma do my lips and my eyeballs like this, but I feel like for one look that'd be too much. So if you'd like for me to do my lips separately for funsies, I don't know, like this video or something, I don't know, tell me in the comments. Communicate somehow with me that you would like me to do this on my lips. How many times can I say lips? So before I peace out, I'll probably put some lashes on and finish it up, but the main thing I wanted to do is show you my watercolor biddies. Biddies, oh, that sounds unpleasant. I want to do my highlighting, and I want to share this with you, because I wanted to use the KatVonD Alchemist Palette. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but it is like holographic and rainbowy. You know what? I feel like a lot of people were saying in the beginning when they first got this, they're like, it's so tiny. But honestly, it's nice that it's this small because it makes it accessible and like travel friendly. Because there's a lot of holographic highlighters that I have, but they're usually like, they're usually in big palettes, or it's a single eyeshadow that I don't have in a palette that I take to travel, stuff like that. A plethora of reasons. Going with the, I think I'm just going to use all of them in different ways. A little bit of blue down the center of my nose here. And then on the tip of my nose, ooh, it's not a little, that is definitely a lot. I'll put him over here just to say hello. This right here like sticks on itself. I'm like, rolled on the other cheekbone too. For funsies. Wipe it off of the purple there. Oh no, it's on the purple. Oh dear. I'm going to take a little bit of the violet and put that, the end of that. Pink, I'm going to take that, put it on the brow bone. I think it's really pretty when you mix them all and like use them all over the place. I don't know if you can tell, but I feel fly. I feel like I have like a little mask of highlighter. Alright, I'll be back with the finished contour blush, lips, lashes, everything. Okay, well, I put on mascara and then I decided that I didn't want to have anything else on. We're just gonna have mascara today. So on my lips is KatVonD Witches. Her black liquid lipstick, everlasting liquid lipstick. Yeah, it's a black liquid lipstick. It's nothing new. Let me zoom in a little bit. So here's the finished look. I really like how it turned out. It's definitely a lot more neon than I was anticipating, or like planning on it being, or trying to make it, but once I got that pink in there, I was pretty much just like not going back. I hope you guys learned something, or I hope you had fun. I hope this video isn't too scattered and you're able to follow along. And if you want me to do my lips in a different look, like some lip art-ish, I don't even know. If you want me to do that, see how it goes, let me know in the comments, or like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. I have to go because we're going to take our doggies on a walk. If you aren't already, you should be following me on Snapchat and Twitter. I'll link that all below. I post there a lot more than I post on YouTube, and I post on Instagram as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!